and he's going to be a monk to start with. A Scaled Fist monk. Running. Oh, we were checking if we could run that one. And to do that, we had to run. I wanted to get to 18 here. We lose quite a lot doing that. So too many sacrifices there, or to just +2 off the stat we care about. So if we run the one that's a little bit more reasonable, one here, it's both the prime ones we care about. We can now run something like that. We can almost do 16 out of that. Where's my con? I dump it accidentally. So floating int is not super useful. 4 there. We could progress faster on the dex line. With this stat block. I don't know where the 1 goes. Just random wisdom is pretty fucking bad. Could also use this to boost con 2. Strength 8. So our stat block is better as Azamar than it is Halfling, is what this is telling us. This is too higher con. It was okay. I'm okay with dumping those to those levels if I had to. Maybe. What can we do with this 4? Get 1 point of int, which doesn't do it. Get 2 points of wisdom and 1 strength. Exciting. Bring con to 14. Strength, which is whatever. We could get 1 more to dex. 18 charisma. He can't do 18 charisma from here, I don't think. Throw up the will save. Probably not going to be showing up the will save. There is some more arguments for wisdom. On need even numbers, it does. So really, I think our options are that. I think is a little bit inefficient with stats, or that. I mean, it's possible we could dump con and go. We can do wisdom instead of con. Can do that. You guys would take wisdom here. You understand that we get armor, like this character gets armor class based on int, charisma, and dexterity. And you're currently arguing for wisdom. So HP lets us survive. Presumably impacts fortitude throws, although I don't know. Wisdom gives perception. Perception's relevant for our devices. Less relevant than hitting. We would never take wisdom more than 12. I'm arguing for wisdom 10. I kind of feel like this guy is supposed to be tanking hits. The enemies hit really fucking hard in this game. I don't know, looking at that. Need 1 person with strength. We don't need this person with strength though. Our strength is on Thaddeus. How important is perception versus persuasion here? Persuasion is slightly more important than perception, but they're both reasonably important. Dex 11. I think that's worse than just 12, 18, right? We get the 2 stat bonuses that, like, you pay a lot more going from 18 to 19 dex than you do from going. I think the cost to go from 18 is the same. Like if I go from, if I can show you, let me get points back real quick. So I get points back here. We've got what? This is 4 points back. So bringing con up 2 is 2 points. Bringing dex up 1 is 3 points. And when I take them at level 4 and level 8, they're identically cost post starting. I don't think you can do the one you just said to us. I don't think that stat block works. Like you're talking this. Oh, it does work. Oh, if I can do that, I'd do that. Shit, I didn't even realize I could do that. That's fine. Happy with that. I didn't realize that. For some reason, I didn't realize wisdom was 1. This is way better than all the other options offered so far. The only argument would be comparing it to the dex. Like having 7 strength versus 8 strength is just about armor. The character doesn't wear armor, so it's not relevant. You go trad monk and have wisdom instead of charisma. We're not raising charisma past here. I guess charisma bonus currently is a +3 compared to a +1. We would lose 2 AC doing that. I don't think that's better. Carry weapon with 7 strength, or other people with 7 strength carry weapons just fine. I don't know what charisma is used for. We're not talking about changing the stats. He was talking about just changing the monk splash. I have to see what else does level 1 monk give us besides what else do we gain going scaled fist versus monk? Is there any loss? Just talking about this. It doesn't anything, chat. I think it's exactly the same. I understand that I know that it's wisdom compared to charisma. I'm just trying to figure out what else do we gain. Are we taking more points in monk later? How would we lose 6 AC in the mid game? Trad monk gives better base saves. 316, 336. We get 2 more will saves going this way. How is the trad monk base progression? Is it the same? How do I can never tell this, right? They both say +1. They're not both +1. What's regular monk? 316. That's the same as scaled. So trad monk actually gets increased progression of saving throws. Go trad monk. Can I get some reasons as well? +1 if full. So what is this giving up? I mean, this is interesting to me for a second because it's something we hadn't considered. We are giving up 1, right? We get restricted something.
Another poor fool lost in time and space.
Thank you for the 6 gifted subs, Vitsadu. Cheers, man. I wanted charisma to AC, but we're never raising charisma. The only reason why we care about charisma to AC is because it's a +3, right? And if you're quantifying it that way, that's the whole point I'm making, right? Is that when we look at it this way, this is currently +3, +1, or +3, +2. So currently our build, if we go scaled monk, is +5, right? That's all it is. And then, sure, and items. Yep, sure. +5 and then items. If we convert this to wisdom, I guess we lose all 3 of those. I guess it's a 3 to 1. So we're getting +3 as opposed to +5. So we immediately lose 2. Right. Yep. We need probably wisdom to be higher. Yeah, but chat. Okay, but there's a trade-off here, right? So distinction matters if you take multiple levels of monk. Right, we're not taking multiple levels of monk, so we can just rule that out, right? So the comparison is directly AC from charisma versus wisdom. Combined with the second part of the comparison is the base monk has 2 extra saving throws or will saves. So the base monk essentially, or the trad monk, or whatever the fuck it's called, essentially has 4 more points of wisdom when it comes to saving throw modifiers against that stat. not for AC purposes. So you could see a world in which this was like, if this were 14-14, it would always be better to go Trad Monk, judging from what I'm understanding of this. So there is a set of questions here, right? Trad is better than base for one level. Exactly. Yeah, we could switch to. The problem is we use charisma on this character. This character is going to be the Sword Lord uses intimidates, right? So honestly, the wonder about the question is actually, is int useful on this character? I mean, I like the skill monkeying element. Int is mage's stuff though. So int is just 1 AC per. So the max we're getting is 5 if we take. But the int always stays with us as long as we're taking sword mid. We need it for the focus. The answer is int always has the same value for us. So modifying int to pump wisdom doesn't change anything positively for us. Well, it actually makes our saves better. I don't know of any int saves yet. I need 13 int for something. Okay. You're pushing for a trad. Go trad monk and pump wisdom for the wisdom. The +3 to persuasion is less than a feat. I'm not sure we have the room for the feat though. We're pretty busy on feats, right? I mean, I look at the build that Joas linked us. I don't see anything. Do you want to update that, Joas? Since we're pulling out Cautious Fighter and switching from Halfling to Azamar. Like, I want to get wings in there. I guess we take dodge at 2, or dodge at 1 rather. And where do we, what moves up? Is Crane Wing available? Can we even do it? Do we block ourselves doing this? Like, what are prereqs on Crane Wing? Isn't it Bab for Crane Wing? We're not going to have Bab progression by the time to get there. I don't know what Shatter Defenses takes. Didn't want to miss anything, Rufio. Had a lot of discussion about character building today. It's been an incredibly long character building stream. Yeah, I guess I don't see a strong enough reason for taking the wisdom. It's nice because +2 saving to will would be great. Did a Bab change? Because the timing of the feats changed. Whereas before we were taking our defensive feat at level 1 because we were halfling, now we're taking it at level 10, which means ideally we don't want to slow the progression of our other feats, so we need to move other feats forward if we can. That's how the Bab changed. Because it's not total Bab, it's Bab at the specific level. So if something like Crane Wing has a Bab prerequisite, we can't take it earlier in the build, right? We can take dodge at 1. Dodge at 1 works, I believe, since we have enough stat points. Alright, so this guy needs mobility to 3. The 3 are mobility, persuasion, and world. Can you dazzling display at 1? You can dodge at 1. I don't know about dazzling at 1. Check. Alright, anything else from here? What else are we looking for? So this character, ideally, we're going to end up at 3 per level on the Sword Lords levels. And we absolutely need perception and persuasion. That's 2 of 3 every single time. Or third of 3. We wanted lore religion, but we can't really do it, right? Adius have knowledge world. Change back to Scaled Fist, thank you. I would have forgotten, and it would have been really. Do we lose a skill progression from it? Persuasion, perception. there any world in which we drop charisma off this build, chat? And I need to get mate first for weapon spec to unlock feat. Sure about that, Tom? I know I need mobility 3, but chat, imagine this. What if charisma comes down? Charisma is only feeding one thing. It's only feeding persuasion. Right? That's all it gives us. And currently the bonus is int plus charisma for a total of 5. This comes down, we get this total of 4. Switching to int wisdom. We get the extra will save off Trad Monk. We lose 1 off every single one of our checks for the rest of the game, which is a bit painful. We lose 1 AC. 1 AC and 1 persuasion check. Worth. But I guess the trade-off would be, if we did that, what are the other Azamar races that we can choose? That's the upside, right? There's a Dex Wisdom. Giving mobility athletics, not good enough. On Wisdom, Persuasion, Perception. Because this would be the fucking payoff, would be Lawbringer Archon Blooded. If we bring Wisdom high enough to 16, actually it starts to be relevant. The problem is Con. Con is useless on this build. Or not useless, but it doesn't give us the same number of stats back, right? Need weapon spec for dazzling display. Up feet. Okay. It doesn't really matter if we go mages or the other one first. But thanks. So yes, I take your point rather. It doesn't matter from my perspective which we go first. If it matters for that feat progression, sure. Okay, I can see it. SS will provide what? Well, I'm not so worried about the spell. You see, the thing I care about here is the second half of this, right? They have +2 ratio bonuses to persuasion and mobility. Where's the one that is this one here, right? The Archon Blooded that has persuasion and perception. Those are the 2 things we care about. So I can give up to gain 2 persuasion bonus. That has persuasion, so we're already getting that. We're just getting the one. The last one. The last one doesn't do what we want. It's Dex, Wisdom, Mobility, Athletics, right? We care about the things it's buffing. It's been 3 years since I played Battle Brothers last. We played a shit ton of Battle Brothers last year. We played like 2 months of Battle Brothers with all of the associated playthroughs. They're just on the VOD channel, man. If you're looking for full playthroughs, you gotta check the VOD channel. We stopped doing full playthroughs on the main channel, and it's on the VOD channel. So we played like 3 months of Battle Brothers, or 2.5 months of Battle Brothers. So, that's no problem, man. It's just filthy robot VODs. From Azada to Plumekiff to be Wisdom for AC scaling, cost 5 to Persuasion 3. I don't know what you're saying with that, Nick, so I'm getting a little burnt on doing. I'd like to actually finish this. Alright, I just got bored. So, what are we doing? Wisdom, Charisma. Charisma, not super useful for us. The other one is Strength, Charisma, no. Int Charisma is a no. On Charisma, no. We want Azamar because of flying if we do it. Otherwise, we want to go Halfling. If we go Halfling, is there a better version of the Halfling build that focuses Wisdom? Probably not, unless there's like Halfling have the 2 perception ratio already. 2 perception is essentially, it's a bunch of stats, man. Admire build. Admire build. Yeah, it's not that. It would either be this one. Doesn't seem to work, quite honestly. You need the Dex. It's too expensive to take it otherwise. So if we go these guys, it's the Dex Charisma with Persuasion, because that hits 3 of our 4 value points, right? We get two to a skill we care about, and 4 points towards our max racial bonuses with no losses. This lets us round out wisdom to 12 and lets us strength 7, con 12, wisdom 12. Kind of a nice rounded stat block for a frontline. We're stuck doing Scaled Fist with this instead of Trad Monk, but we get a lot of bonuses for it. The Halfling would have to get 6 back from this. The problem with the Halfling is you get 1 to saves. Nice. We get 2 to the skill again. It's not persuasion, it's perception, but it's still as valuable. And then got to be whatever the second round of text on the halfling stuff is. What about playing Factorio? I've got Esset a lot. I don't have any intention to play it right now. So what were the halfling ones for heritage? Where's my halfling heritage shit? 5 strength, maybe pushing it. Oh, a halfling doesn't have heritage. It's tiefling that has heritage. Oh, I'm comparing wrong. Hold on. Right. Tiefling doesn't have slow as fuck though, right? But what are their heritages? I know we've looked through here before, but it's when we weren't thinking of possibly doing the Trad Monk. The Trad Monk complicates this by adding wisdom as potentially an out. For example, if there's a tiefling that adds wisdom and dex and gives us persuasion and perception bonuses, the total stat gain might be worth it to use it. Although we lose wings. That's right, we couldn't go tieflings, we lose wings. We can only go halfling or Aasimar, because halfling gets the AC in a different route. Aasimar gets it through wings. So we would need a halfling that has more bonuses than triple bonuses off the Aasimar. Halfling doesn't have any backgrounds, so we're never going to get that. Alright, I think that's Aasimar then. Okay. I think that logic is right. Anyone want to double check that after a full day of this? I'd be happy to have the sanity check. Alright. And we're running this one. What do we do for monk class? We're on Scaled Fist. That's where we want to be. We'd like to be traditional monk. Can't get there. Okay, we chose the right heritage. Did. That block looks good. 7, 18, 12, 14, 12, 16. Good. Skill points are coming. Ability for prerequisites. Persuasion and perception for the skills we actually care about. Character probably should have been our main character if we were leveling persuasion, and it's super stat aggressive like it is. Probably makes more fun. I'm not going to do it now, but probably would have made more sense. Okay, what's the last one of these we need? Don't we need Knowledge World on this character? Yeah, we need Knowledge World to 3. Right. All right. We can't go monk first, supposedly, because we need weapon focus for dazzling display. We actually need to replug that and mages first, I think. Yeah. Okay. That. All right. Class. Mages. Insane. Heritage is where we wanted it. Stats are where we wanted it. So we lose progression, which we'll gain back from rogues later. So we don't really care. We don't even have to take these mobility levels right now, because mobility is the trash. Right? We're gonna need 3 levels of this, but rogue gives us 5 plus. We're getting 6 off. Mobility 3, world 3, persuasion 5. Where's the third? So we're gonna only act. Sword Lord is 2 plus int modifier, so we get 3 that we level across age. What is the third one we care about leveling across the 8? We care about perception and persuasion. And I thought it was nature, lore, religion or something, right? That's the one that we can't fix anybody else. Arcana, Diablos, Baracus. Knowledge is Baracus, bad. Trickery is Baracus. Mobility doesn't get leveled right now, but we have a fairly decent one already, although just the one isn't getting leveled past this. Probably lower nature. All right. The two we're taking are Chosen Weapon, Dueling Sword, and something. Dazzling Display, which we can't do. We have Weapon Focused Dueling Sword already, though. Is that even a weapon focus? Yeah, okay. We take Dazzling Display. All right. Great. Take our spells. We know which spells this are because we built this character like 85,000 fucking times right now. That is well not remembering the fifth one. People are bullying me into taking Shocking Grasp. For Shocking Grasp. Be Magic Missile. $5d4 or 5d6 though. Oh, that's why. It's 5d6, not 5d4. Okay. Sure. You give up, but you think Tradmonk is better? I think the problem is we can't fit Tradmonk and still keep our AC level where it's at. You're valuing 2 AC equal to 2 will save. And I think I don't value that. I think I value 2 AC higher than 2. What am I missing for your chat? Revised choices are charisma base equals 3 extra persuasion, wisdom base equals 4 extra will saves, 2 and 2 extra perception. 4 extra will saves or 2 extra will saves? I mean 4 extra will, which equates to 2 extra will saves, or 4 extra will saves? I know we're getting 2 from the monk. Choices between +5 persuasion and +4 will save. All of the Sword Lord mechanics interact with persuasion. I feel like the character kind of does that. Alright, I'll take it as a closer whatever. Okay, what are we making this guy sound like?
Damn it all! Does anyone? We will be. None shall escape!
I feel faint.
A mere flesh wound.
We have to go one of these 3 here. Needed lawful neutral. Tragic booty. We didn't want the B capitalized last time. Really? I can select any letter except the letter I want. Fine. Right. I like a confident tragic booty, I think. Going with on this. Right. Next up is Monk. Scaled Fist. Alright. The Persuasion. Oh, tragic? Seriously? Did I really typo it? Oh, I did tragic booty. Feels bad. Alright. Fine, chat. We'll just do all the fucking character creation again. We have it on fucking lockdown at this point. So. Fear does a lot, doesn't it? Sword Saint. Dex going to strength going to 7, con to 12, int 12, wisdom to 12, charisma to 16, int 14. Weird stat block. Feels wrong to me to have so much coverage of midpoint stats. All right, persuasion, perception, knowledge world. Other ones we need to take are ability. Okay. Knowledge world is the one we get later, but we're not doing that. It's not actually knowledge world. It's persuasion and lore nature, right? Lore religion? Lore religion. We're gonna get +3 during the rogue levels, which we can hit all the ones we don't want. We can hit athletics to 3 and the other one, knowledge world, to 3. Chat, you guys want me to really want me to like mess up this min-max stream for you? You ready? Our arcane trickster levels world, but he doesn't have mandatory requirements to have 3 points in world like this character, and he probably can level nature. I don't know how lore monkey is. I don't know if he gets nature, I mean religion rather. I don't know if he gets nature as one of his class feats, but if he does, we're wasting skill point. Okay. Optimize everything. Goddamn right. Goddamn right. Yes. Oh no. Oh yes.
This will hurt!
Alright, let's see if we can spell. Tragic. Booty.
I'm always ready.
Why religion instead of nature? What I went last time? Wait, what? Did I fuck up skills? Why religion instead of nature? I didn't go nature last time. Nature is covered by cleric and Thaddeus. Religion is only covered by cleric. So we want doubles in here. Did I not take Sword Saint? I took Sword Saint. Chat! Stop fucking with me.
We do it my way.
Alright. No, gameplay is not overrated. Gameplay is a lot of fun, but it's only about a third of the game. A third of the game is gameplay. You have like 180 hours of it. 2/3 of the game is character creation, of which means you have like what, 300 and what did I say, 180, so 360 in terms of hours of that. A lot of content. Isn't it a prereq for Sword Lord? Already answered that though. You'll see in a second. If you don't trust me, just sit back, and if I fuck it up, you can enjoy the rage later. All right, persuasion, perception, religion. These are the 3 we're taking every single time. Get 1 bonus one here. We only have to bring world and mobility to 3. We can do those with the rogue levels in a second. So this one here is I believe this makes this a throwaway. Stealth is okay. We get 4 bonus out of this. We have some use for stealth. No one else has it leveled. Baracus has an 8 on it. Oh, dex bonus, presume. What, that give us an 8 as well. 1 point UMD. I'm pretty sure UMD is the one that we don't want any points in, right? What's the benefit of 1 point UMD? Use like a mage armor wand or something, you're thinking? I'm not sure 1 point UMD does anything. 7. No, we're not rolling to make it work. I can mage armor other people. The only one it makes sense for is shield. But the question is there going to be enough of the time where I want to use a shield, whatever it is? How does it work for the wand again? The wand is DC 20, period. But if it's on our spellbook, are we even rolling to do that? We don't need UMD. In our fucking spellbook, we have we have shield. We don't need UMD. That stealth. It's either stealth or mobility. Mobility being a +10 is probably not as good as Baracus, but it is a second. I don't know if there's ever double things we need mobility checks for. I guess this is going to 3 eventually. So it could be 1 more point to try to utilize. So it's going to have how many more points? 4 more points on this entirely. So it could go to, that'd be 9. 6 and 3 and 2. Well, 3 if we get the throwaway. Where does the throwaway point go? I think it goes stealth still. I'm open to other criticisms of this. We could go 1 higher on world just for better lore rolls. Can't re-roll lore checks. Alright. Taking crane style. Leading that. What's 10 with 1 point? Yeah, we don't need extra trickery at all. Alright, the next level is a rogue or thug mobility. Go to 10 with 1 point, go to 13. I think it's too late now. I have to re-roll the whole character right now to fix that if we change that. So let's look in a second. Let's see what it comes out to. We might have to do that. Okay, so now we're getting our thug points. We're going mobility. Why does it say? All right. Oh, because this number is weird. This isn't telling me what I go to if I take it. It's saying what it is right now. Either way, we need persuasion, perception, lore, religion, which is the one we're leveling. Those are the 3 we're leveling. We have extra points because of this. We can backfill. So we haven't wasted points yet because any points in mobility or knowledge don't hurt us right now. Because we just need to get both these to 3. Let's just get those to 3 and then not worry about it for a second. So that's 3. Okay. All right. This one becomes dodge. This is a rogue feat. No, this is a... Right. Yeah, how many of you knew what I meant when I said that? Let's fucking separate out the nerdy from the moderately nerdy, from the extremely confused, from the moderately confused. Alright, next level of thug. But our first point is dex. Gotta be dex, right? Dex is hitting damage. Bonus feat, your level 5 progression feat. Feat versus normal level 3 feat. No, I was talking about the points in here. Don't be too fancy, chat, because you're too fancy, you lose me, and then I'm like, whoa, what happened? We can level mobility to 3. Still progressing lore religion. So this is our throwaway. Throwaway point. Too many feet? Too many feet? Yeah. People like a lot of feet. Okay. So at this, maybe this is the best way to show it, right? At this level. So we need mobility 3, knowledge world 3, and persuasion 5 before we can enter into the sword lord build. Okay, that's part of the prereqs for the prestige class. So, and we're getting 6 right now because we're doing rogue, and the rogue base skill bonus is very high. Once we go back into sword lord, we're gonna lose progression. So I guess sword lord isn't there forever. We're only progressing at 2 there. If we go back to magus is only 2 as well. So essentially, oh, am I blocking skills? Oh, you guys can't even see this. Slightly awkward. Yeah, it could be we could throw a point in there. So the question is, where do we get the most value out of this long term? The ones we will be leveling every level are perception, persuasion, lore, religion. We have this level and like, I don't know which level this is anymore. We've got a couple levels where we're going to have extra points from rogues. Yeah, I'm not talking the stat point. I'm talking the ability point here. Sword Lord do, why do we want it? They do one-handed dueling with intimidate bonuses, kind of why we want it. Yeah, I'm not talking this. Oh, sorry. I am talking the skill point, not the ability point. Oh no, yes. We got the one floating skill point right now. And we'll have it for a couple levels. I feel like there's two arguments here. The first is we just try to shore up one of our roles, like world perhaps, because we already put it in there, or we try to max something out. We could throw a couple more points in mobility. Could put it in stealth. We have nobody who can do stealth. We have somebody who can do mobility up to 15, and we've got other ones. Mobility fails are just I get to roll again. I just take some damage, right? So we don't give a fuck about multiple mobilities. I'm not using it for moving out of attacks of opportunity because I don't think it's reliable enough. Same with athletics, I think. I don't think we care about those. Trickery is well taken care of. That leaves stealth and extra lore checks. You cannot make additional lore checks. Failing a stealth roll just means more combat. Do we care about stealth? I mean, I guess there are some options that become available with having more stealth. So do we throw extras in world here just to help with that roll? I mean, we could take whatever the biggest boost is. The +4. Need that one. What's this one here? We only have +1. Mandatory. We only have a couple of these. Camp camouflage, yo. It doesn't matter. The lot, if it's mobility or athletics, the logic's identical. I'm not using that ability. I don't trust it. Why are we going Sword Saint with the Charisma build over Eldritch Scion? I don't have an answer to that because I don't know what Eldritch Scion is. Scion. I don't know what it does, so I can't answer that. Presumably it's not melee focused. Alright. We'll put it over there. Yeah, we get a rogue trick here. Apparently it's combat expertise. Yes. Next character creations. There may not be another character creation stream, chat. If I love these characters, we're done. We're done for the rest of the playthrough if I love these characters. Unless we one day want to fix the overlapping skill problems. Mages that uses charisma and spontaneous casting like a sorcerer. I mean, that sounds pretty good. Doesn't it? Alright. One more rogue. We have 6 points here, the 3 we care about. We're now at 5 for persuasion. No promises, Xander. Promises. We have a whole nother game, remember, if we want after this. We have their sequel, which presumably has expanded character development in it. Alright. We have 3 points. This is, I believe, the last level we get of this. Is this level 4 of the rogue? Just looked at it, but I've forgotten. This is level 3. We got 2 more levels of this. So we're gonna have 3 floating stat points for 2 levels. This is why I'm pissed off that we didn't take knowledge. We couldn't do religion. I need to go make sure the other character can't do religion. I know, next, right? Alright. Meaningless choices, always hard for me. I guess we could backfill stealth, though that's not entirely meaningless. Oh, that's a reasonable. All right, what's this one? This is finesse training. That comes off here. That's this one, right? We take finesse training dueling sword just to be spiteful. We get it already later, but if we have it, when we get to prove our point. We're never not using that weapon, so there's no reason not to, but it just seems so fucking wasteful. It makes me salty, even though there's no reason that I need to do that. I hate that we're taking a resource that we don't get to benefit from. A resource that we get as a class that we can't make us give even an incidentally small amount of bonus from. Very irritating. Very irritating. It just takes that min-max portion of you and gives it a little tweak. You're like, fuck off. All right, what's the next one? Crane wing. I don't think we can take crane. Combat mobility is the next one. What's combat mobility? No! Why would combat mobility be in this game? We don't care about this. No, we don't want this. Why is this in the build, Joas? Is it a prereq for something? Tell me it's a prereq for something. Okay, what's it a prereq for? For duelist. Duelist? I'm not convinced we're taking duelist. Can I swap this with something else till later? Like, can we take one of the other ones? This is level 17. We're not... There's no way we make it to level 17. It's a prereq that doesn't do anything for us either. Well, but you're not letting me take Eldori Swordlord 7. You think I'm going to give up standing up from attacks of opportunity, a thing I've complained about the entire game, to take this? Take Shatter first. Alright, let me just second guess this build without taking attention to the repercussions of it. Quick. Bab 6, so we're limited here. What's Crane Wing? I think it's also got that same prereq, I think. Bab 5. We're not Bab 5 yet? Okay. Anything else? Oh, gotta be now. If we believe in it. We just not... We could take specialization persuasion and just not do fucking duelist. What are we taking 3 levels of duelist for? Like, what do I want about that? No. Gotta be wrong, right? There's no way I would... What does 3 levels of early duelist do? It's just AC, right? Any defense. Double int bonus, which is flat up cheating. Because we already get it. Initiative. Care about. Parry I actively despise. Arbitrarily. The same reason why I hate druids. Enhanced mobility. Duelist level to damage roll. We're going to have, in the build that's being presented to me, we'll have 3 levels of duelist level. At levels 17, 18, and 19, tell me exactly how impactful 3 is there for a low BAB character that's not going to be hitting every time it attacks. This is literally, there's 0 reason to go duelist in this build that I can see. It's literally cheating, right? Because all we're doing is taking the errata from adding int to AC, which by the way is 1 for us, plus whatever we get from items, but we're cheating because it's errata out, right? All right, good. This is awesome. I get a chance to improve Joas's build here. I get a chance to do that. I'm pleased to have insight into my own character. Because what we're going to take instead, we're going to take that one that lets us be specialized in persuasion. What is that called? Like skill specialization. It doesn't hurt anything else, right? Now we can skill focus. Persuasion. Easy +6. Joas, this is the build that you presented. It's been very interesting and very exciting so far. You see any downside if I don't want to get Duelist later? See any problem with skill focused persuasion? Is Stalwart Defender in any way limited to Duelist? I guess I should look at that fucking class too, since we're like quadruple prestige specking. Where the hell is this Stalwart Defender? This thing. Requires toughness. We don't have. How do you even take? Oh, you get toughness at 19. It gives you an AC bonus. You get 2 AC out of this without cheating by taking 4 levels of Stalwart Defender. Giving us improved uncanny dodge, 2 AC, and whatever the fuck double levels of defensive powers are. Defensive stance presumably needs a shield. But I can't move. It's gonna be rounds where I'm okay not moving. There is the downside of fucking fatigue afterwards, but we have a spell that removes it. Anyways. My point is more along the lines of there is some way to salvage this build by because I'm taking a well thought out synergetic build that Joas has put together, and then I'm just like lopping off a couple levels and going, nah, not doing it. In part because I'm really pushing back on the idea that I'm double dipping and int giving me AC when int. So, all right, do it. Get our persuasion. Where is it? There. And although I repeatedly say I'm not doing this, it also annoyingly selects for stronger now than stronger later. We're gonna get one fight today. It's 4 p.m. Have I really done a 7-hour stream? Character creation? Witness me, chat. Alright, wait, we already have 5. This is not... We have 4 levels in Thug. We don't. Wait, I thought we did 4. Okay, 4 levels in Thug. But can't we get it now? We could get it now. But we want Thug 4 because Thug 4 is busted as fuck. Okay, I'm still there. I'm still here. Alright. So we have prerequisites met on mobility and knowledge. We're leveling these guys because they're the 3 we want long term. We can pump stealth for camping skills and stats, X rather. And we have 1 floating around here. Probably. Now we have like every skill in the entire universe except for lore nature. We don't need trickery. Where's the other one? So mobility is still a thing. But we're still way behind. God damn it. There it goes. We get bonuses to mobility on our... Could bring this up. Brack is at 15. I don't think there's benefits to having multiple. Probably another doesn't really matter kind of deal. Alright. So this one here, when I mumble, sometimes my noise gate blocks it. That's an intended feature of this game. When I'm confident that I'm imparting knowledge that should be written down or perhaps tattooed to your skin, I speak up. The rest of the time I just casually mumble when I'm thinking out loud. Tier 2 subs get the full mumble. Tier 3 subs, there's actually a microphone mounted inside of my mouth. For the personal experience. Becomes ASMR plus insight. Best type of stream. What are we doing here? This is last level of Thug. Combat trick outflank. That's right. We call it filthy AMSR. Alright. Complete. Alright, next up, first level of Sword Lord. We've done it. 3 level ups as planned. ASMR? Yes. ASMRs were the first to do AMSR. Beats every fucking second are great. Brain Wing? I think we're good here. We have one more level, or is that it? One more level of Sword Lord. Phenomenal. We're 1 away from Shattered Defenses. Wait, did I not take Outflank? Did I take something besides Outflank? We're gonna have to redo the whole thing. Or is it just chat delay? Crane? I'll look. I think you're wrong. I think I took what I was supposed to take, but I can double check. It's here. Alright, so we have Outflank. We have Crane Wing. Alright. So our off tank went from having like 100 health because he had like 25 fucking con to having less health than our archer and everybody else. You get a level. If Sword Saint worth this with 1 AC, the ability to buff in combat with some spells. Oh, we're going back to Sword Saint though. This is fine. This is fine. Guy has 19 AC. 3 buffs. Gonna get 8 off of shield and mage armor immediately, bringing him up to 27. Is starting to be a little low. I mean, I think we're currently, is it 34 on this guy? So we bring this up to 27. Are there other AC buffs coming in off of stuff? Yeah. The amulet for 2 more. So this is naked, right? I don't think he has anything in his inventory. Naked. So it doesn't matter, chat. We'll throw in like an amulet plus 2. He's 21. Then you mage armor him, it's 25. Then you fucking shield him, it's 29. And we throw on a deflection thingy for 31. Probably. He's probably right around there. All right. Is there anything else we need to do? Oh yeah, charisma. Charisma hat buffs his AC too. Yep. Yeah, there's quite a few things. And he gets, yes, he gets a lot of AC off that. So I don't know why the page said he had so low AC. Depends what it is. All right. So chat, do we want to look through what we have? Do we have any mods left in chat? Because we need the commands updated too. So we have managed to take away our ability to use heavy armor and our ability to use shields. And we've removed that entirely. Off tank become tankier in the main tank. I've come around to this idea that it's a layered AC that's protecting us, or layered defenses, right? Mirror images plus blur, or it's like it's threefold. It's armor class, near misses or mirror images eating hits when you do get hit, and then it's like displacement / blur for just straight up evasion. You're waiting for me to be done? Oh, you're still here, Nielis. Okay, cool. All right. So what have we accomplished today? Remember, it took us 7 hours to do this. We have changed the wizard subtype in our arcane trickster from a Vaseline or whatever the fuck it's called to a scroll cat, the scroll savant. The benefit of this is -1 feat. Not bad. And the ability to use our scrolls. Medium. We have taken our kineticist dwarf, who was bugged and also really boring, and made him into tragic booty. chunky superhero from the future. I'm looking forward to. 3 sets of monk robes, 1 for each alignment. Oh, fuck me. That's going to be scary. Do we have to change that? Did I call him Magic Booty? That would have been amazing. No, he's Tragic Booty. Okay. The alignment on our monks, of which we now have like every class half monk, right? Are what? Where's the... Where do I even see an alignment? Here. Who is this? Our first monk is lawful good. Our second monk, lawful neutral. Our cleric, not a monk. Alright, I think we're good on the lawful shit. Thaddeus is whatever this is. How do we describe the off tank? What's the current existing one right there? Okay. Let's figure it out. Figure it out together here. Monk robes with the highest defense are lawful good. The monk robes with the highest damage are lawful evil. The LN robes are split. Perfect. I guess if we were min-maxing that, the main character would like to be lawful neutral. But I'm not going to fuck with that right now. I'm slightly coming towards my limit for the day of respecking. No, it's a daily limit. We might have to go there another day. All right, so we're trying to get a description for Niablis. He is an off-tank... Sword Lord. Who loves his mother very much. Rarely gets out of the house. No. He is... Fuck if I know, man. Yes. I guess the things of importance are he is an Azamar. He is a multi-spec. If you want to slash these in, you can. I was thinking of doing an expanded PF party, right? Where maybe the first one's just a brief description and the second one links to the builds. What we could do, Niablis, I was actually going to suggest this, is we could take the build sheet that we were using to generate builds, and we could actually turn this into kind of like the Battle Brothers sheet. We could turn it into like Filthy's current build sheet, right? And we could put all of them up there, and it would do 2 things. It would make leveling up a lot simpler because we already have the feats planned out, and possibly the spells too if we get really deep into it. And B, it would allow us to make a resource that everyone could view. I could just turn off shared edit for everyone and make it essentially view only, and then we could share it so people could like look at the exact builds if they wanted to. Because right now, like, we're trying to put a lot of information to a text command. Right. So what we do is we start off with we keep the text command relatively simple, just kind of giving the overview of the party, and then we throw in the rest into the spreadsheet. It seems reasonable because it's nice to have the level up guide when I'm doing it. It makes it a lot faster having to decide and not. Okay. But chat, quick summary, and then I think I'm probably done for the day. I guess we're not getting out today. How does the summary go? Gives us some content for tomorrow. Okay, summary. We've got our main character. This is a charisma-based monk. Need this one. Monk, sorcerer, dragon disciple. The goal is to be an AC-based tank with lots of spell buffing to keep them alive, and then eventually turn into an enormous dragon and eat people. Okay? He's neutral good. He's lawful good, you can tell, because our plan is to eventually become a dragon and eat people. We've got Chat's Cleric, the world's most boring character. He provides the buffs, the broken, overpowered, mandatory buffs for this game. We have Baracus, the Scrolls Savant Arcane Trickster. He's in charge of crowd control with a little bit of extra damage on the side, and he uses all of the fun spells. The Arcane... Oh, you want their races? Okay, the first guy is a Azamar. You can see it here. It will be in the replay too. The Cleric is a human. The Arcane Trickster is an elf. Our Tragic Booty here is... He's the Vanguard. Oh wait, am I thinking the wrong one? Shit, what are the 2, chat? Damn it, I was trying to make an ass joke here and just failed at it horribly. What's the front and back called? Vanguard and Rear Guard, right? Tragic Booty is the off tank, known as the Rear Guard of the team. He is eventually an Aldori Sword Lord, but splashing Thug, Scaled Fist, and Sword Saint. The idea is lots of AC bonuses with some off tank utility, things like Thug Rider effects and Intimidate kind of stuff. We have Thaddeus, who is a human reach fighter with a little tiny bit of Vivisectionist. And then we have Miklas, who is a half-elf. Also Persuasion, or also Intimidate based, but this is a Slayer. So it's a Slayer with ranged Intimidates off of Carnage, or Dreadful Carnage. Yeah. Levels of other classes considered a splash? Correct. He's an Aldori Sword Lord, first and foremost. In the same way, this is an Arcane Trickster. The fact we're just getting prereqs out of the way. All right, let me take a look at the command nav list. Monk, Sorcerer, Dragon, Disciple, Angelkin, Azamar, Ranged, Pure Slayer, Intimidate, Archer, half elf. Skills. Yep. And exotic weapon. Your Thaddeus entry doesn't work, right? Because the way you set this up format-wise is roll, dash, all the stuff that makes up that roll, comma, race, right? So you missed that with Thaddeus. Thaddeus is he needs. Oh, the human is part of that. No, I'm wrong. I'm just wrong. That's just part of the end of the cleric. I wonder if those should be brackets. Then the last one is off tank. Off tank is an Intimidate Thug Sword Lord. Yeah, misses a little bit, but I think it's right. Use touch Azamar. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Well, what we'll do to improve it is we'll put the full builds up. Yeah, there's a couple of things you can separate with. You can use brackets or parentheses or the long line that I never remember the name. Okay. Think we are good for the day. Yeah, we did it. We didn't even leave town. You think the wizard became worse? I guess we need spell books. We do spell books now. That might be a tomorrow thing. The wizard have become worse. How do you think the wizard got worse? Got lower AT progression? Definitely an argument for lower AT progression being slightly worse. But it annoys the piss out of me that I can't use my scrolls. So now we have reasons to... We have the right character for it and scrolls. The non-PC characters 20 points. Yes, they're 20-point buys, Zenhon. Scroll Savant doesn't offer much more. Lower AT progression, just Specialized Wizard might be better. Yep. We're not entirely certain if regular Wizard would be better than Scroll Savant or not, but it takes away one of the annoyances in the game for me. The annoyance is this. You see the number of fucking scrolls accumulating in my inventory? And when I want to use them, no one has UMD high enough. And by the time I can use them, the DC of the scroll isn't good enough. So the trade-off right now is, hey, we have somebody who can cheat the DC on a scroll to make it usable, and I get to use my loot, and that feels nice. I'd spec this right now. Tomorrow we'll start out specking everybody. Or not like respecking, but like putting items in spellbooks and shit. And then starting our stuff up. Yeah, there's enough to... I mean, I can buy them. Oh, you know what the last thing we got to do? We got to reset our gold. So let's fix that. I can do that now. Okay, so we want to add... Where is it? We got to rebuy our duelist sword because we need a duelist sword now. And there was a fancy duelist sword that we looted. So the duelist sword is price descending, right? I think it's this thing. Is this the... This is the one we sold. It's the most expensive one we looted, I believe. It's an agile finesse wielding. We don't need finesse wielding, right? Doesn't that come as part of our stuff, or do we need it? Finesse wielding just mean it can be used that way. It's not light. Oh, it looks nice like that, doesn't it? That separates them a little bit cleaner. Finesse wielding just means it can be used. Okay. If we look at this fucker. Alright, and the thing I need to calculate is what does it sell for? Because what it sells for means what I have to edit out of the gold. That's what we sold it for previously, and I don't want to come out ahead of this. I just want to come out normal. So it sells for 5K. All right. So the number that we came out into this with before respecking, 106,750. So it goes down to 101,780. Oh, excuse me, 106,780. 101,780 when I edit that at the end. Okay, and this is the thing we were looking for, right? This is the, goes here, dueling sword. Where did the weapon go? There. No, that's not it. Wait, what? Why can't he use the fucking dueling sword? Where the fuck did it go? There. Swordsman Passion, that's the one. Brought the wrong weapon? I don't think so. I think this is a dueling sword, right? One-handed dueling sword. +2 enhancement on it. What's the other thing it gets out of this? It's just a +2 dueling sword, right? How am I this rich? It just explained. We have 100K. I just said it out loud. Don't worry about this number. We're just doing this because respecs are not free in this game, and I'm not paying for respecs when I'm learning character classes. We're not respecking for power. We're respecking because of want to do different things with different characters. So I'm just, rather than dick with it, I'm just editing the gold value to be what my gold value was afterwards. All right. So did we have better ones than this, or more interesting ones than this? Dueling sword is a subtype of weapon, right? So it has to be like dueling sword. Several of them we'll find they're pretty good, but I want to know if we have them right now, because we have a throne room over here. Yeah, we can go see if there's one worth buying, but also sometimes I was stashing weapons because I initially was stashing weapons and I'm like, we're going to be respecking. Then I'm like, well, for respecking, we just buy it off the merchant. Oh, God. Oleg has been refusing to pay his taxes. What's the matter? Since the moment you founded the barony, I became your subject, but I'm also still a subject of Aldorian Restov. You brought down the Stag Lord. I thought my troubles were over, but my whole life I paid taxes to Restov. Now on top of that, your tax collectors darken my door. You rather swear allegiance to me or Restov? Or we can determine who should bound to them. That seems pretty reasonable too. We can say don't worry about it this month, and next month we'll figure it out. Or we could let Restov continue to do this. I think that we'll just do this. We'll give you a reason to do that later. Okay. Great. Imagine holding my chest hostage behind fucking the work of a leader. We're not leading, we're killing things. All right. But that was the one I was wondering about. Looks like we just have an agile rapier in there. Doesn't say anything about sword lord stuff. Okay. Well, I'm sure we're going to be back in this room next time. And then the last place to check is there's something in the main room, the main area, right? I'm okay with missing out on a prize or two. It's okay. And I want to play with our new characters now. I think it's tomorrow thing though. Gotta be a tomorrow thing. I mean, tomorrow we may not remember what our characters do. Yeah, I also think I'm slightly biased towards complicated builds. Like, the simpler the build, the more I'm like, I don't know. I think is a reasonable bias, right? If everyone could just open the... we have to buy a bunch of spells too. Don't let me forget to buy spells tomorrow, chat. Kineticist was crap. It wasn't a complicated build. The kineticist is complicated, but it's not actually a complicated build. But that's the one I was wondering about. Enhancement, Frost, and Finesse Wielding. Agile is just a conversion, right? So if we are already... Do we have a way of doing this already? We do, right? So this is a +2, and 2 of the features don't mean anything. Agile would be if we didn't have the trait for it, which we do. And finesse wielding means we can just light wield this. So this is just a +2 for accuracy. Okay. And what's the other one do? The stratagems. It's a rapier, not a we have the frost dueling sword. This weapon get +1 enhancement bonus on both weapon and damage. It's just 1d6. Take 1 accuracy over 1d6 on this guy. The whole point of him doing things is triggering his attacks, right? I don't know how that trigger works yet. But I'm curious to find out how that trigger works. Yeah, but I guess I'm not being clear with my question, chat. So the rider effect that we're looking to trigger comes in at which part of the character? Comes in on Aldori Swordlord somewhere. We're here right now. Adds a bonus equal to half his class level on persuasion checks made to intimidate. He also gets an additional +1 bonus on persuasion checks made to intimidate when using dazzling display with a dueling sword for each of the weapon feats he has, including greater weapon spec, greater weapon focus, greater special weapon specialization, improved critical, weapon focus, or weapon specialization. So he's got weapon focus and weapon specialization, so he's going to add a +2 on that. But I think, where does it come in for free? Thought it was there. Comes in at 5 here. We're a couple levels away from triggering this either. So both of these intimidate builds are super late. We're at 8. This comes in at 11 for us. Comes in for 10 on the archer. So half the game we're not playing with intimidators at all. Unless the rogue shit does stuff now. I gotta read the rogue shit again. Does any of it do shit now? A thug deals sneak attack damage. You want to hit somebody. You can forgo some of the damage. Make a target sickened. I don't know what sickened does anymore. And then the second one is a rogue deals sneak attack damage. You can debilitate. Debilitate is bewilder or disorient or hamper. Yeah, so we care about hit a lot. Because even right now, if we hit them, we don't care about 1d6 worth of fucking cold damage. What we actually give a shit about is hitting people. No, it's not just move equals sicken. These things here, right? We're doing debilitating injury. So it's not a charisma throw or anything like that. It's just a second rider that comes out of rogue, right? Yeah, dazzling on the opening round is fine too. And we can do that because he's an off tank. We don't have to just like charge in, especially because it's a move action. I guess there's not gonna be a lot of scenarios where we get to do it on the surprise round. But okay, cool. All right, I'm Dad, I'm in this situation right now where what I want to do is I want to go play with the characters that we built for 7.5 hours, but I don't think that's a good thing today. I think it should be. We should just call that a tomorrow thing. All right, so let's edit the save, get our cash back, or put our cash back to what it should be. Then we'll continue on tomorrow. Points for 7 hours. Points of what? End of mage's item that makes scrolls not disappear. Didn't know about that item. Oh, how many points for 7 hours? I don't know. I don't know what the rate is. I think it's different if you're a sub or not. But I don't know the base rate either, sorry. All right, so what am I doing? I'm editing a save file. Right, chat, someone call the Iron Man police for me. Let's get that squared away. I don't want to accidentally be arrested. What did I fucking call that save? Almost played the game. Got it. Wait, you didn't go thug? What thug for? What are we talking about? Didn't go thug. I mean, I didn't go thug. Don't freak me out like that. We just spent 7 hours fucking doing that. 7 hours going thug. All right, what is this? Money? All right. Okay. So our value should be at 101,780. Got it. Save. Close. Yes, update. Relaunch. And then reset. So much content in the character creation in this game. I'm pretty pleased about it. Fun to have a lot of respect available. Load. Played the game. That was a fail. Apparently I fucked something up. I didn't close that yet. Again. There you go. Would anyone play a full martial and druid in her mage's reach fucking two-handers? Leaving reach two-handers with crit? That seems like a martial class to me. I guess I don't know that, but I assume. Alright. I haven't really looked at the mage's stuff super well. Okay, so our gold is back to what it should be. It is. Our characters are spec'd. Okay. Alright. Alright. Then tomorrow is another day. I'll tell you what, chat. I don't think we did an extended stream last week, right? Maybe we'll consider the option of tomorrow being an extended stream if we want to get there. To actually see playing these characters that we built. It could be fun. All right, but I am going to be done for the day. I keep saying that and keep not logging off. So let me actually put fucking money to where my mouth is here. And let's give a raid to somebody. Mr. Arvius playing some Civilization 5. Playing Honor. Being Barvius. High quality Arvius stuff coming up. All right, guys, I'm going to raid Arvius. Thanks for being here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you guys are interested in extended stream, we'll talk about that in the morning. And we will actually pick up some gameplay for our new character specs tomorrow. So have a good night, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Why can I not use my own fucking emotes? RIP!